Hi, welcome. My name is Katie and this is Katiebug Knits. And pretty much what you're going to see here is things that I've been working on. I haven't been on here for quite a while, so I've got several things to show you. Some finished objects, some works in progress, and we're just going to chat for a little bit. So grab your favorite drink. I have some mint tea in my cup today, and meet me back here. Let's chat about all of my makes for the last month or two. Let me set my tea down. All right, my last video was all about knit fall bingo, and let's see how many things I've already knocked off my list. Technically, I think it's still fall until after Thanksgiving, which we are getting really close to that, like dangerously close. And I'll show you what I have made so far on my fall bingo card. So, we talked about a few things in the last video that I wanted to make, and Fish Girl Fall was on the top of that list. Well, my plans changed a little bit. I'll show you what I ended up making. So I did cast on a pair of socks out of DK weight. I'll show you this. You're like, wait, that's not socks? No, it's not. This is from the Doodle Knit directory, I believe. And I kind of messed up on the octopus. So I was doing this at my mom's house. I went to my mom's for a week and I brought this with me, and at some point I messed up the pattern, and when I got home, instead of turning it into socks, I just finished off the end, kind of like you would a hat. So I think I chose maybe at the start of it every 5 stitches or 6 stitches, and then every row I went down a number until I got close to the end. So I didn't do it like perfect, but I thought that I could use it as like a yarn cozy, because I don't have any of those and I have been wanting some of those. So I'm not wasting it. It's still Fish Girl Fall. It just didn't end up being any socks or anything. It's still a really cute little octopus, but I kind of lost my enthusiasm for it when I messed up the chart, and I really didn't want to rip up all the rows. So I just kind of improvised the very end. I can tell it's wrong, and I didn't want to make a second sock and do the other sock perfect and then always be looking at this one like it was the big mistake. But I also didn't want to rip it out anyway. You know how you lose momentum for a project if you have to rip it out and things? So that is my Fish Girl Fall project. Hey, I made something. I still used what I had. I didn't completely rip it out, and it will be very useful in my knitting to hold my yarn. So I call that a win, and that checks off the Fish Girl Fall for me on my list. Okay, cowls. I did knit a cowl, so I talked all about the Cold Spring cowl and how much I love it. And I had this no, I'm all about fish right now. I had this Hedgehog Fibers yarn in my stash. It's 100% merino. It is beautiful. So I ended up knitting, it's DK weight, and this was from one of her, she does like One Pot Wonder sales, and there was 3 skeins. It was a surprise on what you were gonna get. So I got, I think, 1 skein of DK weight and 2 skeins of fingering weight. So that's where, so I'm not even sure if this is an actual colorway or if it is just, I think it's just a One Pot Wonder thing. It kind of reminds me of when I was a kid. My mom wore a lot of the, well, I mean, I think we all did, the windsuits. And so that's kind of what I think of when I see this, because I know either I had a windsuit that was kind of had the blues and purples in it like this, but it's really pretty. I can show you what it looks like on. And this will be a gift as well. So this is what it turned out like. I absolutely love this pattern. It's such an easy, mindless knit, and you can work it up pretty quickly. It did take most of the yarn. I was gonna see, I don't know where the extra little bit of yarn is. It did take most of the ball, and honestly, if I would have made it any longer, I could have probably used the whole skein. But I think it's long enough, because once you put a coat on, I think this is about the right length. So that is my cowl, and that's the Cold Spring cowl. I highly recommend that pattern. I think it might be like $5 on Ravelry. I have made this pattern several times and really love it. Okay, and then at some point I decided that I was tired of everything and just started knitting washcloths. So this, I think I knit this one first, and it's just like grandma's favorite washcloth. It's just cotton yarn. Hopefully the train isn't too loud inside, but I have the window open, so I think I'm gonna pause for just a moment. I decided that I wanted some washcloths in my collection, that I thought about buying some washcloths, and then I was like, hey, I have plenty of cotton yarn. I can make some. I have never actually knit any washcloths. So, well, I had attempted, okay, I take that back. I attempted to make one and made it just too small because I didn't follow a pattern, and I just did like a stockinette stitch. This time I looked up an actual pattern, and this is like grandmother's favorite washcloth or dishcloth, and I just used some cotton yarn from my stash, and I really like how this turned out. I think what I love about it is it's so squishy, because it's the garter stitch. It just feels so nice. The only thing is, because you knit it diagonally, I didn't block this, but I feel like it's always just a little bit, if you sew and you do like bias cut anything, it always can be a little bit wonky, because it's like a bias, it's basically like a bias cut washcloth. So that's my only concern about this. You really have to be careful not to stretch it out of shape. But it's a washcloth and I'm gonna be using it, so it's really okay. It just, as far as like looking pretty 24/7, you know, it's gonna be used, so we're gonna love it. And really, for the use of it, I love how squishy it is with the garter stitch. So I made that up. I really liked making that. It was kind of mindless. I needed some mindless knitting, and I started making this as my something orange. And you see, you can kind of tell it's a little bit wonky. I didn't block them or anything. I ran out of the orange, and it was around like Halloween time, so I was like, I'm just gonna use this purple, and it'll be like a Frankenstein washcloth. We're just gonna use it in the kitchen, so I'm not that worried about it when it comes to that. I'm not giving it away. These are gonna be mine. So these are 2 washcloths that I made for myself or my family, and excited to add those to the kitchen drawer. So, I mean, ultimately, it would be awesome just to have a drawer full of hand knitted dishcloths. I just think that would be just, I don't know, sweet. So I made those. Let's see. Oh, I guess you guys have seen these a little bit. These are the spooky socks. These are the little bat socks that I made. And these came out of, let's see if I have the book right here. It's probably not here. Oh, yeah. It's right here. These came out of this book. This is Charming Colorwork Socks, I believe. Yes. By Charlotte Stone. And she has some very adorable socks. And I made these for my youngest son, and he wore them in the month of October. One thing I did find out with him, and I struggle with this kind of heel for my feet, and it turns out he has the same kind of feet that I do, because all the socks that I've made him in the past have had the heel flap and gusset, which works really well for me. And I thought, oh, his feet are smaller, so I can do a different heel and try it out. Well, we found out that he has the same heel as me, so heel flap and gusset are going to be his socks for the future as well. So these didn't fit him great, but they are so warm and squishy because they have color work throughout the whole thing. So it's almost like they're double stranded as far as like warmth goes. I can turn one inside out. I don't know if I did great on my color work, but that's kind of my color work. So I had a lot of fun making them. This is the first time I've done the full length color work socks, and I don't know if I will do it again just because of the way my family's feet are. I don't know about my husband. He might do okay with it, but I would hate to make that long of a sock and then him not wear it very often. So these are fun. They don't have a lot of stretch here in the heels, so they probably won't get worn a whole lot, but they're definitely a memory that he will have forever, I'm sure. So, and I enjoyed making them, and they're darling. He definitely wore them for the month of October. And then I don't even think I've shown you guys these socks that I finished. Did I show you guys these socks last time? I cannot remember. But these are Colorwork socks. This is the Summer Lee's Cuff Club Volume 2. And I believe this might be September's thing. So the cuff is, if you can see it, I can get it to where I'm out of the way. So the cuff is cable. It's got little cables. It's very hard to see with this color of yarn that I have found. And then the color work chart. So it's technically two different ones. So this was kind of a stretch for me to do these different colors, but I really like how they turned out. I've sewn in all the ends of this one, but I still need to sew in ends on this one. So I haven't actually worn them yet, and they haven't been washed yet. So that's why I haven't photographed them yet to put them up on my Instagram, but they are done. They're finished kind of without sewing them ends in. One more finished project? Yeah, because those are all finished projects. This is a sockhead hat. So I talked a little bit about how much I love sockhead hats in the last video. They're fingering weight yarn. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. This one's a little shorter than my other ones. My other ones are a little more slouchy that I made for myself. But I made this one for my youngest son because he is the only one in our family that doesn't currently have one yet. Technically, I made him one several years ago when he was younger, and he lost it. So although it's been like probably 5 years now, so we've moved past that. I have forgiven him for losing a hand knit item, and I just hope that some kid is using it and loves it. So we'll leave it there. It's a sad day when one of your your knits that you worked hard and worked a long time on get lost. It got lost at school or something. So I digress. He now has a sockhead hat just like the rest of us. And I love how fun the colors are on on the crown. How pretty the crown turned out. I ran out of yarn right at this yellow, so I started the next ball, and then it kind of looks like a sun. And this is some Knit Picks yarn. Do I have it with me? Do I have it near me? I don't think so. I think it was like Desert Vibes or something. I might have to go get it just so I have to tell you guys so that I remember. Oh, it's Painted Hills. Painted Hills. It's Knit Picks Felici fingering weight yarn, and I just think it's so pretty. It's such a pretty color. He really liked it. And so that is another finished object. So that's my hat. So that's my hat, my something orange, my spooky socks, a cowl, and Fish Girl Fall. Okay. I think I did pretty good. All in all, I think I did pretty good. Looking back at my yarn fall bingo, I did not make a scarf. I did make spooky socks. I started many new projects. I'll talk about one that's on the needles right now in just a minute. I did work on my blanket. Do you remember when the Taylor Swift crocheted dress was all the rage? I decided to I was going to make the dress and then decided to use it as inspiration to make a blanket, because I was like, I will use the blanket probably more than I will wear the dress. I haven't made a whole lot of progress on it, but I'll share it with you. So this blanket is something that sits by my bed, or no, this blanket project is something that sits by my chair, and when I don't have anything else to work on, I pull it out and work on that. And this is the blanket so far. So I'm going to make it this direction. You can kind of get a feel for the color scheme. So the Taylor Swift dress, it has like purple in it, but mine just has the green and the pink and the brown. So it's inspired by her dress, but it fits more of the color scheme that I want it to fit. I just think it's really pretty. And that's a project. So I didn't finish a blanket, but I did work on this a little bit. I'm working on a cardigan. It did not get finished. I didn't make a pumpkin, but I grew a pumpkin. I'll show you those in just a minute, or I'll put a picture up on the screen. Fish Girl Fall. I showed you my Fish Girl Fall project. I didn't make anything with black and white stripes, unfortunately. Knit Colorwork, that kind of goes along with my spooky socks. Make something orange, that was my washcloth. Wear a handmade sweater. Hey, I'm doing that right now, so it counts. Visit a local yarn store. Now, I visited a local yarn store in September that I still have to tell you guys about. It's Spry Whimsy in Stoughton, Wisconsin. and that video is coming soon. So I still have that to do, and then I also went to the Wisconsin Wool and Sheep Festival, and I want to show you all the stuff that I purchased there, and that was a lot of fun. Okay, make mittens. I didn't make any mittens. I did wear knitted socks. I wear those all the time though. I love my knitted socks. I did make a hat. Did I give a handmade gift? I don't know. Wear a handmade hat for sure. I have worn my hats lately because I've been taking my dog for a WALK. I can't say the word because she's on the couch and she will think that we are going to go. So that didn't make her lift her head, so we're good. But that I have had to wear a hat when we do that. Knit cables. I mean, technically I knit cables when I made these socks. So, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure I made these before fall, so I don't know if that really counts. And I haven't knit cables since, so I'm not going to count it. Finish a project. I did finish several projects. Knit or crochet in public. Have I been in public in a while? I don't think I have, but I take my knitting whenever I go places. I just don't think I've gone places, where I had a chance to sit. So I don't think I have done that this fall. Make a sweater. I have a project to show you. It's not finished, but it is a work in progress sweater. Crochet a granny square. Now I still want to do that. I have lots of plans for making granny squares, and the whole project that I want to make, it's a cardigan with crochet granny squares. It's very cute. The Jethro cardigan that's on my list. I'm collecting yarn for it. I think that maybe I need like one more color before I start. Make something with texture. I still want to make those blueberry waffle socks, and I haven't made them yet. So maybe in December I'll work on those. I don't know. I feel like I'm in crunch time for holidays, so I'm trying to get all my holiday makes in. So all of my own things that I want to make are kind of on the back burner at the moment. Make a cowl. I definitely made a cowl, and I showed you guys that one. Okay, so that is my knit fall bingo. I think I did pretty good. How did you do? Did you get a lot of knitting done this fall? I have. I feel like I've gotten quite a bit. So let me show you what I have works in progress. That is all of my finished items. I don't know about you, but I'm getting excited for Christmas now. Like I feel like it is sneaking up on us very quickly, and I cast on a pair of socks. This is the red and green. I made a pair of socks like this for my youngest son last year. They're almost a little small for him already, so I thought about making him a new pair, but I told him, I was like, I'll make a pair for me, and then maybe you can wear yours one more year. Just squeeze into them, and then I'll make him a pair. I have a Knit Picks colorway, and it's either called Buddy or the Elf, but it's very similar in colors, and I'm gonna make him a pair out of that yarn. But it's striped like this. So when I get mine finished, then I'll cast on a pair for him. So this first one is done, and oops, dropped my ball of yarn. And the second one is at the heel. So once I finish the heel, then I'll breeze through the rest. The first one went so fast, and then I got overwhelmed with all the projects I want to start working on for Christmas and holidays. So that is why I put this one on the back burner for the moment until I get this next project that I'm getting ready to show you. I want to get it finished first. And this is a sweater that I cast on for my youngest son. Let's see, but I always do that. I always show it backwards. I always like move to the wrong side. They're on some small needles, so you can't see it very stretched out. But I still have a long ways to go. But I think it looks really pretty. So it's the flax sweater, but I did not do the garter stitch on the sleeves, and I just decided to do my own color striping on the top. I think it looks pretty good. I went through yarn that I already had in my stash, and I had quite a bit of this green yarn. It's just acrylic. I thought this would be a good use of acrylic yarn because it's going to get thrown. It's going to go in his hamper. I'm teaching him how to do his own laundry, so I'm sure this will get in the washing machine. So I just decided I'm just going to make him acrylic until like he gets older and understands how to hand wash, because I don't want to make him a sweater that I have to baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to worry about it getting shrunk. I'm like, I'm just going to make a acrylic sweater that I know can get washed and dried, and it will get softer every time it gets washed and dried. So it's not fun to knit with necessarily. It's a little crunchy, but I hope that it washes out real nice. It's not bad though. It's not hurting my hands or anything. It's just, if I have plenty of lotion on my hands, they're fine. It's when my hands get really, really dry, I have to have lotion like next to me when I'm knitting. That texture thing with dry hands and knitting yarn, it bothers me. So I have like lotion kind of by every chair that I tend to knit at. So that's one thing I've noticed. I have to have lotion on my hands when I'm working on this project. But I think it's going really well. My goal is to finish it before Christmas. What I'd really like to do is make my oldest son one as well. Maybe not the same colors. Probably something more his colors. He really likes orange, so maybe something orange. So that is a project I'm furiously finishing. He's seen it, but I haven't said anything about it, so I don't know I doubt he thinks that's for him. And like, he's seen it sitting around. I know he's seen me working on it, but I haven't been like, oh, this sweater is for you. So I hope it will be a surprise when it comes to Christmas if I don't give it away before then. I'm really bad about keeping secrets and keeping surprises. So we will see. And I don't know like if I will have time to get 2 sweaters made. We'll see how long this one takes. I have knit this one pretty quick so far, but I'm still not done with the body portion yet. So once I get the body portion done, I think I'll feel a little bit better about it. And then I guess I should talk about this sweater that I'm wearing. Have I talked about the Tolsta tee that I made yet? So this is my Tolsta tee. I'll go back and look and see if did I wear it already? I sure hope I didn't wear it for the last video. You know, that just goes to show how long it's been since I recorded. Okay, I did not wear this sweater for you yet. I had to double check because I was like, wait, oh no, I should have like checked to see if I've already worn this in a video. I did finish this and I was able to wear it to the Wisconsin Wool and Sheep Festival. It turned out really nice. So the only thing I would say about the Tolsta tee is, does anybody feel like after you knit it that these, I feel like it's got too much room here. So when I put my arms down, you see how it's like folded up. So if I were to knit this again, I would probably add less increases in the front and more in the back. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure what fixes that, because I was worried about it not fitting here, but maybe I was so worried about it not fitting here that I should have given it a little less ease. Maybe I gave it too much ease. Maybe I should have made a smaller size. What did I do wrong, guys? Like, other than that, it's very cute. I like it a lot. That is my only complaint about the Tolsta tee. It worked up pretty quickly, and it's very comfortable. I used Hawthorne DK weight yarn from Knit Picks. I used a bear yarn, and then I dyed the yarn all these different shades of lilac and blue. I think there's even some navy speckles in it as well. And that I dyed up probably a year or so ago, and I really love the color. It's very fun. So my Tolsta tee is finished. A finished sweater. I think that might be my second. You know, I can't even remember how many sweaters. Not a lot. I haven't finished a lot of sweaters. Mostly on this channel, I knit a lot of socks. I like being able to finish socks fairly quickly. Although I do mostly knit fingering weight socks, so they take a little bit longer than like a DK weight sock, but anyway, I digress. Okay, so I want to show you what I picked up at the Wisconsin Sheep and Wool Festival. I have had this stuff now since September, and I have been wanting to talk about it, but I kept it in a bag because I didn't want to put stuff in different places and not know where I put it and then not be able to share it with you. So I purchased these adorable little earrings. So these are earrings. So I'm going to use these as, they're earrings, but I'm going to use them as project markers in my bag. And I got these from Oink Pigments. Oh, needle gauge. They're needle gauge earrings. I just thought that was a really cool idea. So they have basically every other size of gauge on them because they're not long enough to have every size. So they have every size from 1 to 10.5. So they have 1, 1.5, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 10.5. So basically if you have an 8 and you know it doesn't fit in the 7, but it doesn't fit in the 9, you know it's an 8, right? Because you know if it's too small for the 9 and too big for the 7, you know it's going to be an 8. So it's okay that not all the sizes are on them. I think they'll still be very useful as a project marker. So I thought these were really fun, and I'm going to add those to my project bags when I have, I'll probably use them in my sock yarn stuff, but I don't know, maybe other stuff too. I bought this roving because I want to try spinning, and I have some bare roving, but look how pretty this is. I thought maybe this would be fun to try out. I have a hand spindle, and maybe I'll make a video one of these days of learning how to spin on a hand spindle. So that's why I purchased that. And then I picked up this Helix DK Mini from Utopia Yarn, and this is another place I would love to visit. They had a great big booth, and they make their own yarn, so it's a mill, and this is a place I would love to visit. They do tours. So one of these days I'm gonna go visit this yarn mill. But this is one of their main kinds, and it's kind of like, it reminds me of, what is the yarn? It reminds me of Spin Cycle, I believe, where it has the different colors and it looks a little hand spun. So I got this mini to add it to something or to swatch it for a project. So I have this in case I want to swatch and figure out what I might want to use it for, and then I can go and buy more in whatever colorway I want to choose. I didn't want to decide a colorway and before swatching it to see what I could make out of it. So I was like, I'll grab a little swatch or a little grab a mini, and that would be a way to try it out. Something else I always think is fun when I go to the Wool and Sheep Festival is to pick up these wool, like felt fabrics. It's 100% wool. There's a booth. I can't remember the name of this vendor, but they always have wool. And these are the ones I bought this time. I bought these 2 squares and then these 2 larger pieces. And then I have handy the pieces I bought last year. These are the 2 pieces that I bought last year. So now I have a whole collection. And my husband likes wearing these little writing caps. And one of these days I'm going to make a patchwork cap for him. So that's what this collection of wool scraps is for. I should show you one of his hats. Obviously, I don't have one next to me. So like, they're called Hannah hats is the brand. This one I don't think is a Hannah hat. I think this is just one we found somewhere. This one is, and it's 100% wool. But see how it has the patchwork design on the top? He looks a lot better in them than I do. This is another one of, this one's not a Hannah hat either. This one's, but they're all wool on the top. And I have a pattern for making one of these hats, this style. So what I want to do is use the wool that I have bought and try to make him one myself, because I always want to try to make things, whether it turns out or not. I learn a lot in the process, and something about the whole process of doing it, I really enjoy that learning process for some reason. It can be frustrating and drive me crazy at times, but then I feel like I've conquered something new. So that's why I've purchased all these little scraps of felt or of wool. I think they will be really fun when I do decide to do that project. So that's what that is. What else? I do have one more acquisition to share with you, and this was purchased back in September. I don't think I've showed you yet because I think I got it after my last video, and it has been so long since I recorded a video that I haven't had a chance to show you. So I found a place online. It's called Wool & Co. Wool & Co. And I bought several of this brand, Jawal. I bought this at a yarn store in Madison, and I found out that I really loved it because I made these socks with the pink was the Jawal yarn, and I really loved the way that it knit up. So so I thought, I keep dropping them. Oh my goodness. So I thought if I'm gonna make some more Colorwork socks, it would be nice to have some more colors on hand. So I got these to make like a coffee sock or something, some kind of coffee themed sock, because there's some different patterns in Charlotte Stone's book that I think these would work really well with. And then this is the Christmas colors, because I thought those would be nice to have on hand. Honestly, they all go beautifully together. I might end up doing something completely different with them all together, but I do love all the colors I chose. So it was nice to be able to find a place to order those from. And so I bought several colors, and I haven't used them yet, but I have so many other projects that I have gotten started that those have kind of been on the back burner. So the big thing right now I need to finish is this project. So this is what I'm going to be working on for the foreseeable future. Hopefully I can get it done quickly. It is like worsted weight yarn, so it is knitting up fairly quickly. I hope that I gave you some inspiration today. I wish you all the best of luck in finishing all of your makes that you want to give for Christmas, whether you're making gifts or just making things for yourself. That's fine too. Some years there's not enough time to do it all, so we just have to pick and choose what we're gonna do and what we're gonna make, and just make the most of the time that we have. Hopefully there won't be quite as long of a break in between the next video, but until next time, happy knitting. See you next time, guys. Bye.